Hello, everybody. We're back. It's your morning drive. You know that because you clicked on it. I'm Logan Lewis. Thank you for tuning in. Let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, we are recording today's episode from 216 Co-working, which is located in the heart of downtown Cartersville. 216 offers private offices, team suites, meeting rooms, all built for professionals, remote workers, and growing teams. With 24/7 access, high-speed internet, furnished office spaces, and a polished business-ready environment, it's a strong option for anyone working across Bartow and beyond. Whether you need a dedicated office or flexible workspace near 75, 216 Co-working has you covered. To learn more, visit their website, book a tour, and join us at 216. Before we dive in, hit follow or subscribe if you're new here. Thank you for being here. Wherever you're listening to this or watching it, if it's on YouTube or Apple or Spotify or any of the places in between, make sure you hit follow, subscribe, whatever you got to do to make sure episodes come to your phone every week. I would hate for you to miss an awesome conversation like the one we're about to have today. So make sure you're following along. And of course, follow along on social media. Anywhere you follow Dave Ramsey, Sydney Sweeney, or Riley Green, follow me too. Everything is just at Your Morning Drive, and we appreciate that very much. My guest today is someone who proves that it's never too late to accomplish extraordinary things. After homeschooling her children through their early education, she stepped into public education teaching grades 8 through 12 while also building an impressive career in strength sports. She became a competitive powerlifter and strongwoman, earning multiple state records, qualifying for nationals 3 times, and competing on the national stage beyond the classroom and competition floor. She's an avid dirt and street bike rider, a doctoral candidate, and an instructor at Kennesaw State University. Her story is one of resilience, discipline, and reinvention, with many of her greatest accomplishments coming after menopause. Please welcome my new friend, Beth Ali?
Ali, like Muhammad Ali.
Let's go. I forgot to ask before we started, but
that's okay.
Ali.
Let's
go.
I forgot to add, I'm also an insurance agent.
Wow. A woman of many talents.
All of them.
All of the talents.
All of the talents.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course. I'm thankful to have you here. This is cool. I'm always so lucky when people want to come and hang out with me for a little bit.
What's not to want?
Well, I've always said that, but some people agree, some people disagree, but you know what?
It's okay.
Yeah, we don't have to listen to the haters.
You do not.
There's plenty of haters.
There are.
What would your biggest haters say about you?
Well, that was my ex-husband probably.
Oh, wow.
And that would have been that I'm too much. That would be the hate.
Too much energy, too
much energy, too much enthusiasm, too many people in my life, too many things that I like to do. Just too much.
Oh God, I see a horrible path coming for me then, because I relate. It feels like I can't do anything like minimally. Like everything is like
it's like once I'm in.
It's 100.
When I met my boyfriend, that was the thing. I warned him from the beginning. I'm like, if you get me on that dirt bike, it's done.
Yeah.
Like once I say yes to something, I'm 100% in.
Yep.
There's no stops. There's no, and there we go. Now I ride dirt bikes all the time.
That's crazy. But it's not, because like I'm the same way. Like if I try something for the first time and I especially like it, it's all I think about for weeks. And then I obsess over it rather than the job I'm supposed to do, you know?
Well, that's the tism.
Yeah.
I'm not quite that bad, but
it is. It's quite distracting.
It can be. I have a very close friend who also has a touch. And she definitely gets in her, like, everything has to be in this frame and everything outside of it. She doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I do so much, like, my initial thought was going to be like, who connected us again?
Really? You don't remember?
No, because I have too many people in my life.
Lindsay.
Which one?
Lindsay, the
Young?
Yes.
Yes, the goat.
Lindsay Young, yes.
The goat.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts to the goat.
Yes,
God, she's going to text me and she'll be like, really? You didn't remember? No, I did not.
She's an amazing interior decorator and such an awesome person.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that I met her at a networking event.
Yeah, she's super sweet. And like, what you see is what you get.
Yep.
In the best way possible.
That's why we like each other.
Yep.
Because there's no hidden
bullshit.
agendas.
Nope. Oh, you can curse too, by the way. I didn't tell you that. But
Oh,
you can curse too.
Okay.
Yeah, no BS with her. Like, we just like, we got coffee one random morning, and just within the first 10 minutes, we were just like, you know, like she saw me, I saw her. Like it was just an instant like, oh, you're cool people, or not even cool, just good people.
That too.
So yeah, love that. Yeah, I feel bad. I feel like I text all the damn time, and I'm always talking to different people, and I just mix it up. I just mix up who me too and how I met some person.
Absolutely.
It's annoying.
I'm sure Lindsay is not going to be upset with
my
you.
brain, she knows at this point. She knows my brain is wildly a wild place.
But thanks for the warning.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You're going to tell me about your life today, and in the next 3 weeks it'll be gone. And then I'll remind myself when it comes out, I'll be like, oh yeah, Beth, she's super dope. I'm just kidding. I'll remember that. I remember people's vibes very well. I might not remember key details, but I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of character.
That used to be that was what I would always tell my students when I was teaching, was I will remember everything about you right now, but the minute the semester's over and you go somewhere else, your name's gone.
It's gone.
Your name is gone. Now I've run into people I taught when they were in 8th grade. They're in their mid-20s now. And I'll recognize, most of the time I can recognize their faces. There are a couple that I was like, you don't look at all like you used to.
Yeah.
But
like puberty punched you in the face, bro.
Or the other way around.
Oh.
You know, they got thinner and taller and more handsome. So, you know. But I could tell you exactly what their handwriting looked like. I remember their behavior in my class. I remember the talkers, the not talkers, the ones that you were worried about might go a certain path, right?
Sure. Sure.
All of this, who is fighting who over a girl, like all of it. I can remember all of it, but don't ask me to remember your name.
What were you teaching?
I taught English.
Oh, wow.
I am an English teacher.
You do look like an English teacher.
I don't know how to take that. My daughter says that I dress like an art teacher. Today I'm a little less flowy.
That's okay.
But yeah, generally she's like, you dress like an art teacher, Mom.
Well,
I like the flow and the comfort and the vibes. They're very easygoing and relaxed.
Yes. We love the vibes. Yeah. That's definitely something an art teacher would say. Something an English teacher wouldn't say.
Not at all.
I don't think any English teacher has ever said the word vibe.
I think that's not the truth.
Oh, God. Yeah. Some of my favorite teachers, though, I will say, were English teachers.
That is usually the case. I've heard.
They stuck it for whatever reason. I feel like English is a really like interactive class because you're reading things as a class. You're talking about them as a class. You're writing things as a class. Like I feel like it's a very engaging class versus like other classes where the teacher's just teaching the thing and that's it. English is very engaging.
It should be very engaging. I've met teachers who
not. Man, I was like in love with my English teacher when I was in high school. Man, she was
hot. I get it.
I haven't forgotten her.
You should reach out to her on Facebook.
I shouldn't. I shouldn't do that. She probably wouldn't remember me, but she told me she chose me to read for every.
She would remember you.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I am not the same person as I was at that point.
No one is.
Well,
no one is.
Like even like I don't look the same. Like talk about one of those kids that like you taught that looks different. I look completely different.
Yeah, but the minute she talks to you, she's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you."
She'll remember my voice because that's what she told me. She said I had a magnificent voice.
Oh, magnificent! So your English teacher got you into doing this. We're amazing. We are amazing.
Wow. Didn't even make that connection. But yeah, she chose me to read for every single part. Like we did Hamlet, we did all of the things. This was senior year, so of course I was in love with her. And she was like fresh out of college too. So like all of the boys were in love with her.
No, you're married. Don't reach out to her.
No, I will not. I will not. If anything, I'd just be like, hey, you were dope in high school.
Thanks.
But yeah, all the dudes were crushing on her, and it was fantastic. Yeah, shout out to her.
I'm sure it was very awkward for her.
Oh, it had to have been
very awkward and uncomfortable, and watching over your shoulder every day to make sure that nobody said anything to admin.
Because
it's not our fault.
No,
but we get blamed.
Because who gets out of college and who gets out of teaching or out of teaching school, college, who gets out of college and goes straight to 12th grade?
Most I did.
Really?
I didn't teach full time, but I was a supply teacher at Cass High when it was old. The old
Cass High.
The old Cass High. It was, I think, 2 years after they stopped it from being a full on like tech school.
Okay.
Right? It was a regular high school, and I popped in there and I was teaching a 10th and a 12th grade class. I was a supply teacher. So I just took over for the main teacher, and I was there the whole semester. And then I had a long-term stint, the blizzard of 91,
92, 3 or something like that.
Yeah, that blizzard. I actually was living in off Windy Hill, and I was working I had a 8-week stint at Adairsville High. And they popped me with all those rural country boys, and I was 23.
Whoa. You probably heard some things from those boys.
There were a couple of boys that definitely did their best to make me as uncomfortable as possible.
Yeah. My goal was never to make her uncomfortable, because I wasn't like a really like obnoxious kid.
Oh, they weren't trying to make me uncomfortable. They just did.
I feel like I probably, looking back, I wish I had a time machine. I'd go back and just watch myself.
Where did you go to school?
Ooh, up in D.C.
Oh, I'm going there this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
What area?
I'm driving to D.C.
Whoa, have fun.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
What area? In
like right in the middle.
Quite literally D.C.
Yeah, my son is actually graduating from Georgetown Law School.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. Shout out to Sean Ali.
Shouts, yeah. Shouts. Yeah, I went, I lived in a suburb in Virginia, but I always just said south of D.C.
I have a friend who is from Virginia, and she always said D.C.
Yeah, it's just easier. Like, oh, we're in Virginia. I'm like, 30 minutes from D.C.
Yeah, it's not even worth it.
No, it wasn't. So yeah, that's where I graduated high school, and then we moved down here, and just been here ever since 2014 is when I got out of high school.
Okay.
So... yeah. Yeah. Shouts to Miss Hoffman, or whatever her name was. That was her name. I've forgotten. Ironically enough, and not even just because of who she was, but like that's like the only teacher I remember her name.
It's interesting how that works. The only teacher I remember from high school, mind you, I've had a longer stint between high school and now than you do.
She was my AP teacher too.
So
she was great.
My 9th grade English teacher, Mr. Voss, because he was the reason I decided I wanted to be a high school English teacher. At 14.
Wow.
I was like, this is what I want to do.
What's nuts is I can picture a lot of my teachers. I can see their faces and their hands and their outfits, but the name is gone. Man.
Yep.
Because I had this great creative writing teacher, and he was dope. He was the kind of teacher that everyone was like, oh, he's about to get fired, because he was so lenient and so cool. And he was like in his 60s, and we were like, how is this dude so cool? But he was so cool.
Some of us, age doesn't stop the coolness.
I hope it doesn't hit me.
Goes up. Just the fact.
We all know some people.
We do.
And they know who they are.
I'm sure
do they?
Do. I don't know.
Some people don't. People don't acknowledge.
They're not self-aware.
Yeah, and that's why they've faded out.
Which is why I do what I do. Actually, that's a great lead-in.
No, but we can't go there yet. Okay, we can't go there yet, Beth.
All right.
But first, I want to go back. Let's go back to where you're from originally.
Okay,
New York. Let's talk like parents, siblings, origin. Were you cool in high school?
Story.
You can go as long or as short into it as you want to.
All
but
right.
let's hear
we'll be here till 8. I hope you're good with that.
That's fine. We'll break the record.
There we go. I'm all about breaking records. So I grew up. I am a true Gen X, feral to the core. Grew up. Mom and dad, actually interracial family. My dad married.
Real quick, guys, I want to talk about the team that makes your morning drive possible. Hammerhead Creations is my marketing company right here in Cartersville, Georgia. And honestly, it's built for businesses exactly like yours. If you're a small business owner who knows you need to be showing up online, but just don't have the time, or you don't want to hire a full-time employee to handle it, that's where we come in. We're talking websites, social media management, email marketing, and yes, podcasts. Whatever it takes to keep your brand visible and moving forward. We've worked with businesses all across Georgia and beyond, and I'd love to see what we can do for you. So go to hammerheadcreations.com to learn more, or shoot me an email at logan@hammerheadcreations.com. Let's get to work so that you too can swim with the big sharks.
My mom, when I was 9 months old, he raised me.
Okay. So you're, sorry to interrupt you, but I will from time to time.
It's okay.
So
that's what a conversation is.
There we go.
Otherwise, it's a monologue.
Amen. So dad married mom at 9 months pregnant. Sorry.
No. My dad, who raised me, stepdad.
Okay.
He met my mom when I was 9 months old.
Okay.
And
so your father,
my sperm donor, does not exist anymore.
Understood.
So yeah,
understood.
Had nothing to do with him.
Sorry. Proceed.
No apologies necessary. I love explaining myself. Ask everyone that knows me. So I was raised in an interracial family in a small town called New York, called Katona, New York.
Okay.
So my younger brother is from their marriage, Brian Arrington. He's got a very good AI business that he's got here in the area. So I might hook you up with him.
Please
at some
do.
Point.
Love to hear.
And anyway, he's 11 and a half years younger than me. So I was pretty much raised solo until I became the built-in babysitter, maid, cook. Well, really not cook, because I don't do that now either. But I was, Gen X, that's what happened. Both parents worked, and you had a key to get in the door at the end of the school day, and you took care of all the things. So, and I went to a very privileged high school, I would call it, for a public school. It was my graduating class was 260, and I think there were like 5 black kids in my graduating class. Like, it was real white.
And your interracial family, was your stepdad a black man?
Oh, very much so.
Very, very black man.
Yes.
Brother through and through.
Through and through.
Hell yeah. Love it.
Yeah. So I grew up in a way that made me push my differences, so like when people would say something racist, I'd be like, yo, you're talking about my dad. And they'd be like, what?
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Like, just put them in their place in a way that makes them as uncomfortable as humanly possible.
But then they're not going to do that again.
They're not going to do that again, at least not around me.
Yeah.
So
be like, yo, if we want to make racist jokes, we can't do it with Beth in the room.
That's right. She's going to call us out for everything.
Yeah.
Actually, my brother will tell a story. One of our neighbors, I want to say I was 16, so he was probably 14 or 15, which, boys mean they're about the same size, right? And this kid called my brother a name that I did not appreciate.
I thought you were about to say it. Because when you said name, I was like,
it wasn't. No, it wasn't. And it wasn't that. It was a pejorative commentary connected to the animal kingdom.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Understood.
And he was, I want to say.
That's a very eloquent way of saying that.
Thanks. I'm an English teacher.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you. Keep going.
So Brian will tell this story about how he was probably about 4. So he remembers it vividly. I beat the crap out of this kid. I lost my cool in all ways.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't help that his nickname was Flea, but he was little compared to the other boys.
Sure. So
but
of course
he was my size.
Wow. Damn, but look at you, big sis, stepping up.
That's it. That's one of my brother's fondest memories of
Hell
me.
Yeah. Your brother from an early age saw a dude get the shit kicked out of him.
By his big sister.
Dang.
Yep.
And you get, I mean, duh.
No, it was in the street.
Oh, it was in the street. It wasn't like at school.
No.
Oh, so hell yeah.
This was by my house.
So you really kicked the shit out of him then. Yep. You didn't hold back.
No.
You're like, I can't just throw a punch and say it was self-defense. Like, you kicked the shit out of this guy.
Yep.
And how old were you at this point? I'm sorry, I might have missed.
I was at 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang. Hell yeah.
Yeah, 15 or 16.
Right on.
Because, that's again, Gen X. We did not follow anybody else's rules.
Yeah.
And here I am later in life doing the same. Not throwing punches physically.
When's the last time you fought somebody?
That's a really good question.
Within the last 2 years?
No.
10 years?
No, probably not. Probably not since my late teens. Yeah. I tend to use words instead.
I want to be that guy.
To use words?
But I'm too nice. Like, there's people that I want to ruin their life with my words. But I don't.
Well, that's good. That's good for you.
Yeah, but I want to so bad.
I know.
God, I want to so bad.
You know, the reality is that karma does, in fact, take care of its own.
And, you know, and I say ruin I don't want to ruin anyone's life. I just want to let people know how I feel.
Why not let the people who you feel about it know what you feel?
I mean, everyone around me knows how I feel about these people, but I want that person to know.
So why don't you tell them?
It might do me more harm than good.
I mean, are you though? If it depends. Are they ever in your life? Are they in a sphere of your life?
They used to be, but not really anymore.
Oh,
so
okay.
I would,
because
if anything,
you don't like them anymore.
Yeah, and they don't like me.
Oh, because you got cool?
For lack of a story, yeah. Because I got cool.
You got cool. Well,
yeah.
I guess that's their loss. So
it is.
Why are you mad at them? Let them live their sad lives.
Yeah, but I wanted and I saw him today.
Oh, did you?
Didn't make contact.
When you were waiting for me?
No. Drove by and I was just like, no, there was like a Cartersville quarterly luncheon today. And so the chamber did it.
Chamber of Commerce.
And so I saw him.
At the chamber?
At this event.
At the event. Is he a member of the Chamber of Commerce?
I didn't realize he was because he doesn't even live here. But yeah, which I guess also news to me that you can be the member of chambers of the city that you don't live in.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I thought the chamber, until I interviewed the president of Cartersville's chamber on here, I thought the chamber was always a government organization. It is not.
It is not.
It is not. It is just people.
I'm a member of the Paulding County Chamber.
Yeah. And so and even the other day I saw somebody share something. Might have been you. From the Paulding Chamber. They were doing some kind of event.
Yeah, my ribbon cutting.
Yes, your ribbon cutting.
On June 5th.
I wrote it on my damn calendar. I'm going to try to go. I'm going to try to go. I love to support my peeps.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that so much.
Yeah. Yeah. I wrote it down. It's on the calendar.
Sweet.
And I was like,
I'm important.
Well, don't get too big for the britches there, ma'am. No, I like to try to, people come and they give me their time and energy in here, and I like to try to show up if I can.
Thank you.
For sure. Ribbon cuttings are fun, though.
Yeah.
And it's good networking.
And it's great networking.
Because I have no network in Paulding County.
Oh, well.
Zero network.
We could change that. You know that.
I'd like to expand.
Yeah. Except you did your new network group at the same time as
I know.
My network group.
Have no fear. We're going to do more in the evening to present more opportunity.
And I like that.
And by the time this comes out, we'll have already done a couple.
Oh, cool.
or one or two.
Cool.
In the evening, but yeah, a little happy hour vibe.
I like it.
Those who don't drink, you don't need to feel forced to drink. You can order a Coke. Yep. Or those who do drink.
There you go.
I will be doing that one.
Okay. All right. Uber will be on call.
Well, nah, we'll risk it. No, I'm kidding.
And next on this podcast will be
the jail cell, live from my bunkmate. What do you have to say there? I don't know. First name that came to my mind was Darnell. But
I was thinking you're in Cartersville. It's Toby.
It's Toby. It's Rick.
It's Rick.
God, what's another hillbilly name? I wish I had an assistant in here that I could be like, yo, pull up hillbilly names. I'll do it. But either way, would like to expand the old network. So I want to try to get out of Cartersville more. I love Cartersville, but there's more to business than just Cartersville.
And there's more. Yeah. I mean, and really you go an hour in every direction and you've got a new county.
Right. Amen. Hillbilly names. All right. You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Earl.
Oh,
such
Earl.
a good one.
I mean, Earl had to die though, so I wouldn't be naming my kid Earl any day.
This one is like deep south, like Jedediah.
Jedediah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Darlene.
Although I will say Jedediah reminds me actually of the Beverly Hills. What were they? The Beverly Hill.
I don't know.
They were like from Tennessee, and they rode their wagon.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All the way out to Beverly Hills and Hillbillies. It was Beverly Hills Hillbillies, I think.
This is my favorite one.
Okay.
Cletus. Like Cletus from The Simpsons. That dude that literally always wore a wife beater, scruffy hair, carried rats and raccoons and stuff around.
I had a student at Cass High
named Cletus?
No, his name was, I don't remember what his name was, but he went coon hunting every weekend. And that was in the day when you could put your pickup on your pickup truck. They had the racks for the guns.
Whoa.
He had a gun on his rack in his pickup truck on school property every day. And Friday, as soon as he left school, he went hunting. And then he'd come back on Monday and try to tell me about his hunting trip, and I couldn't understand a damn word that kid said.
You know, where you went?
But he didn't understand me either because I was pretty fresh still from New York. I'd only been down here 3 years.
So your accent was heavy.
No, I had no accent. I just spoke really, really, really fast.
I hear you.
Kids are looking at each other like, what'd she say?
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to train myself to speak slower.
They do be talking slow out here. And I can say that too, because I am also not from the South.
No, you are not.
Because when I got down here, I was like, oh, okay, I need to slow it down. Because I'm a fast person. I walk fast. Yep. Mm-hmm. My wife is always like climbing out of the car and I'm halfway to the store. She's like, wait for me. I have little legs. I'm like, no, you just don't have any pep in your step, girlfriend. Waylon, Dale. Dale's a good one. Raise hail, praise Dale, as they say.
That's it, absolutely.
Hail, yeah. Oh, God, is coming out. It's coming out in me. Tucker. All right, we can move past the hillbilly name. See, obsessive.
Although Tucker is funny because my a friend of mine, he and his wife just named their baby Tucker.
Ooh, shout out to them. Hope they hear this.
I'll be sending it to Zach and Megan. I got you.
I also love that Hiram is in here, and that's a whole ass city.
That's a whole city.
They just said, you know what? We're going to name this Hiram. As a lot of the folks out there say it.
That's actually right. I live right past Hiram in Douglasville.
Oh, do you? Mm-hmm. Okay. Hiram's just it feels like from Cartersville, everything's about 30 minutes away.
It is not 30
Woodstock.
minutes away. It is not 30 minutes. It is an hour.
Really?
It is an hour.
Well, where are you going?
I'm home?
I only think that, maybe it was like 45 minutes. My buddy got married in Hiram a few months ago. Yeah, months ago. And I just went back roads the whole time, and it took me like a solid like 35 minutes, maybe 40. Traffic was tough.
Maybe the part of Hiram you went to.
Yeah, it was like the edge of Hiram, probably. Yeah. Like, if I want to get to the edge of Dallas or the edge of Rockmart, those are all 30 minutes. St. Woodstock, Ackworth, like the edge of everything is 30 minutes.
And for me, it's literally an hour.
Damn, I hate
every
that.
direction.
You drove an hour to come see me?
I did, yes.
Well,
and that was in Marietta.
Wow.
I gave an hour to
shout out to you. What a goat you are.
What I won't do for free publicity.
Well, free publicity and a fun convo because we're having fun.
We are having fun. I'm enjoying myself immensely.
Good, I'm glad.
You haven't even gotten to the part where you're asking me hard questions.
Oh, I don't plan on doing that.
Oh, okay.
No, I will. I mean, I started off with the critic question. That's a pretty tough question. I mean, just in terms of like, it's a pretty negative question, like right from the get-go. Just like, boom, what do your critics say about you?
Yeah.
And I don't ask everybody that, but I'm going to start because I'm curious for their answer. Because my critics would say the same thing. I'm very all over the place. Oh, we already talked about that. See, memory is dog shit. Okay, so you get out of New York, you move down here, you teach.
So I got married.
You got married.
I moved down here.
Okay.
And I did not teach because I couldn't get a damn job.
Okay.
So I taught at Cass and Adairsville, but couldn't get a full-time position because our education governor, not going into politics, but our education governor at the time, Mr. Zell Miller, made all these cuts to education so that none of the schools were hiring. They were keeping teachers on, trying to keep them from retiring.
Well, that's lame.
It was awful. So I couldn't get a job. So I worked as a front desk manager at a hair salon. I'm trying to think what else I did during that time. Ran a telemarketing office. I mean, just random whatever jobs I could get, basically. And then one day I was like, I'm ready to start making babies. So that's what we did. We made 2. And I was like, yeah, I'm good.
2 and done.
2 and done. I got a boy, I got a girl.
There you go. Nuclear family.
That's
right there.
That's
right
it.
there. Cover the cereal box.
Yep. And then I homeschooled them.
Wow. Why?
Yeah. Initially, because my firstborn was 10 months old when Columbine happened.
Ooh. That's a great reason.
Yeah. And
that would scare any parent shitless.
It was the first one, right? It was the first one. And I was a brand new mama. And I was like, not my baby.
Yeah.
And forget the fact it's going to be, 15 years before he was going to walk into a high school. But I was like, no, I've got, and at that point I had 2 degrees. So I went back and got my master's thinking that would get me a teaching job. Nope.
Wow.
Because they have to pay you more.
Yeah.
So it's cheaper for them to hire
somebody new
who doesn't have
anything.
a
master's. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah. So then I homeschooled them. During that time, both my kids played soccer before that we were around homeschool groups, and my kids, my ex-husband's Iranian, so soccer was the game of choice, the sport of choice in our household. So we started, there was a homeschool soccer league. So we started participating in that. And after the first year, the woman who was running it was putting her kid in public school. So she pulled out, and we found out that she was intermingling monies.
Ooh.
There was no set way of doing the business because it wasn't actually a business. It was a mom that just put this together, and it grew. I mean, and when I say it grew, we had like 100 plus kids that were registered homeschoolers, that were registered playing soccer all, for 2 seasons a year. So myself and 2 other moms, we went ahead and I made it a nonprofit. I did all the paperwork through, what is the name of that website? It's like, it'll do all your legal paperwork for you. You fill it out.
LegalZoom.
It was LegalZoom. I created the Homeschool Soccer Incorporated nonprofit. It plays out of Noonday Park.
Okay.
And I believe it still is in existence 20 plus years later.
Look at that.
Yeah. So there's a legacy that I left to my homeschooling community. And then my son got too good. And so he was like, yeah. So both my kids played for North Atlanta Soccer Association all the way up until they were 16, 17.
Okay. Okay.
So while they were doing that, I was a soccer mom.
Okay.
Homeschooling.
Your Iranian husband, I just butchered the name of that.
Sure did.
That was horrible. I wanted to say it one way, but the other way came out.
Came out Iranian?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was working, and it put y'all in a position for you to be able to be soccer mom.
Oh, absolutely. He owns an auto body shop right off the Marietta Square.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah.
Cool. So then they go and they were athletic. They were athletes. They both pursued soccer.
Yeah, they continued playing it. It was always hit or miss whether my daughter was going to sign up every year, but she always ended up doing it. And then once my son wanted to go to high school, to physical high school, because he wanted to play high school soccer. He wanted that experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, and my daughter just ended up following, because at that point I'm like, yeah, I gotta work, go. So they both went to Sprayberry. That's where they graduated. And, and then they went off and did their other. Sean went to Emory. Shannon graduated from KSU with a psych degree. And then from Emory.
Hey guys, I want to talk to you about something every business owner needs, and honestly, a lot of people are sleeping on. If you've ever wanted custom hats, shirts, tumblers, laser engraved merch, corporate gifts, anything with your logo on it, you need to check out Branded and Devoted Designs. These folks are right here in North Georgia, and they specialize in making your brand look sharp. We're talking leather patch hats, custom apparel, branded merchandises for businesses, teams, events, you name it. And here's what I love about them. Send your logo and they handle the rest. Same day quote turnaround during business hours, and bulk pricing is available as well. And if you tell them that Logan from Your Morning Drive sent you, you'll get 10% off your order. So whether you're outfitting your team or building out your company swag, these are your people. I've also used them for years, and they do good work, and they're, again, a local business, so why not support them? Check them out at brandedanddevoteddesigns.com. Tell them Logan sent you. Get 10% off your order at brandedanddevoteddesigns.com. Now, back to the show.
He went on to Georgetown. Which
good for him.
He's about done with that.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Incredible. So then, that was their story there for a second.
Yep, sorry.
So no, it's part of yours.
Yeah, when you're a mom, their story is your story.
Their story is your story. So then at what point...
Is every gray hair, every stretch mark.
It's all part of it.
It's all part of it.
So then you guys, they got older.
They did.
I'm having trouble spitting this out. At what point did you and their father split?
2019.
Okay, so we just jumped ahead in time. So let's rewind that again. So you were homeschooling them, and then they decided to go into... I'm sorry, I might have missed it too. Did your daughter go to public high school as well?
She did.
Okay.
She didn't want to, but she wasn't given a choice at that point.
Yeah.
But,
brother went, so it was like, okay, you're going too.
Yeah, I need to get a real job.
Okay.
So...
And did she do high school sports?
Yeah,
school soccer?
She played soccer for Sprayberry as well.
Okay, great. I'm sorry if you said that already.
No, I don't think... I said they did. You're fine. Yeah, and during that time... being the overly involved parent that I've always been, I ended up being on the Soccer Booster Club for 6 years as treasurer.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I did that. I was at every soccer game, every tournament, I did all the soccer things, all the things with the kids.
Literally a soccer mom.
Literally.
Not just a term.
Ways. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Nope. I lived the life.
Hell yeah.
Driving down to Savannah for one game.
Oh my God.
And getting lost.
I'm not surprised.
It was awful.
Well, getting lost seems to be in your forte. Got her ass.
Zing.
No, I'm kidding, but I'm not.
No, you're not.
No,
my boyfriend would agree. He would agree 100%.
So you did the soccer mom thing for a while, and then what became like the first, like, not the first, but like what was your first move after it was time for you to think like, okay, it's time for me to like do something that's not being a soccer mom?
That was when I got into teaching again.
Okay.
Finally got into doing what it was that I had been dreaming and wanting and planning on doing since I was 14.
Okay. And so then you taught for how long?
Mm-hmm. Just 9 years, actually.
Okay.
Exactly 9 years in public school.
Okay.
So, I taught at Austin Middle School for 3 years and East Paulding High for the rest.
Okay. And then you left education.
I did. Well, I left public school.
Okay. So then what followed?
Working at KSU.
Okay.
So, I teach freshman composition at Kennesaw State University.
What is freshman composition?
It is the bridge between what they did and did not learn in high school and what they need to know going forward in their majors.
Whoa. So you taught like a grab bag of stuff.
You mean I teach?
You teach a grab bag of stuff in that course.
I teach writing.
Okay.
I teach them how to write.
Okay. It's writing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not teaching them like all the history, all the math, all the everything they need to know.
No,
it's just the writing.
No, just how to take the writing that they did not.
Composition.
It's okay, Logan. It's okay.
Jesus.
I know you would have been in my classes.
I just thought composite.
He doesn't even know what I taught.
Very good. Composition. Wow. The people listening are like, what a moron this guy is. Composition.
Not at all.
I should know that because my favorite part of like going to, like starting a new school year was getting a new composition notebook. God, that was the best. God.
Isn't it crazy how that was? I actually have a Kindle Scribe, and the cover I got is a composition.
Oh, nice.
It's the old black marbled
That's badass. I love
cover.
that. I love that. I loved school supply shopping.
It was fun.
That was so fun. Like picking out even though it would only be new until the first day of school, like the perfectly sealed whatever, like the crayons box or the colored pencils, like everything was perfect. But then like getting to the point where you're like, maybe I'll have one of those 3-ringed pencil cases that goes in the binder. But then you're like, but then it's in the math binder, but I need it for like the science binder. Like,
so go back in time to 1982.
Whoa.
And you got your brand new Trapper Keeper.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you don't know what a Trapper Keeper is? Look that up.
Trapper Keeper. Let's look it up.
Oh, they were like only the kids that had families with money got those. Because they were the expensive notebooks in Walmart.
Oh, shit, dude.
Yeah.
I wanted one of these so bad, but my parents were like, nah, we're going to get the 99-cent folders.
See, what did I just say, right? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They were.
Was it more of this guy?
No.
Or was it more of this guy?
It's even less than that.
Oh, man.
You gotta look back at like 1980s Trapper Keeper to get a real understanding of what that visual is.
Oh, God, it's literally called a Trapper Keeper.
Yes.
I thought that was just a fun nickname you guys gave it. That's the Trapper Keeper.
That's the Trapper Keeper.
Whoa.
And it was Velcroed, and you open that up, and then you open the other side up, and you had your 3-ring notebook, and you had a little pouch for your pens and pencils.
Oh, wow.
And there it came, I think it even came with like a ruler in there. It was premium. And you could have all the different types of like covers with sometimes they're dogs or cats or colors and rainbows.
This person's got a horse, a rainbow, a car.
Oh, the horse and rainbow one was probably mine.
Does it make you sad to see that this post says, look at this vintage Trapper Keeper?
I am vintage. Every part of me is vintage.
This is nuts.
I accept that. My knees especially.
Yeah, the thing that I wanted real bad was that zip up binder that all the kids, it wasn't until like 7th grade that I was like, come on. Because they were like $50. They were expensive.
Yep.
Like, and that, again, Mom was just like, we're going for the 3-reading binder that costs $1.50.
Yep.
And you're going to have 8 of them for all 8 of your classes. You're not going to have one big ass binder.
Yep.
You can carry this thing around like a briefcase. God, I wanted one so bad. That was the origin of my FOMO.
There you go.
I was like, damn, I didn't know we were poor until I got to middle school.
And then I knew we couldn't afford any of the things I liked.
Yeah, right. I had to get the damn knockoffs. And I feel bad for my siblings. They just got whatever I passed down to them. Like Logan's pencil box isn't even new anymore. It's got all the markings and everything on the inside. Man. I did love the school shopping. I loved school in general.
Yeah.
I think but I hated the tests. I loved homework because it felt like I'm so ADHD, like I was checking things off doing the homework. And I was always super organized. I mean, those 8 3-ring binders were organized to the T.
Organized.
All had the flaps and the labels and everything. But damn, I hated testing.
Same. That's why I went into English. I am dead serious. I had college classes that the final exam for literature class, you could have a note card.
Oh yeah.
With your, notes about whatever it was that we were doing, whether it was American Lit or World Lit or whatever.
Yeah.
And then but she would give you got to pick 3 of the 4 options that were going to be on the exam to take notes on. So if one of those options wasn't there, you kind of
Yeah, you're screwed.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I always seem to pick the right ones because I always had notes. But if I didn't have notes, I still would have been able to write about pretty much anything I know nothing about. That's the key to being a good writer. To be able to make it convincing enough that someone who does know what you're supposed to be talking about would think you actually knew what you were talking about.
Amen.
That's all it was to it. Yeah, I could BS my way through any essay, but you want to give me a multiple choice question? I'm screwed.
Yeah. Amen to that, dude. I used to, when in college, when that professor would be like, you could use one notebook piece of paper and you can have whatever you want on it, but you can't type anything. You have to handwrite it. I was like, oh, brother, challenge accepted. And
the
I would,
smallest writing ever.
dude. And it's so funny.
Did you need a magnifying glass to read it?
No, but thankfully, but what would always so ironic is that the test only ever featured like a small corner. Like it was all just so, like I would write everything. Like I almost copied like a textbook from page to page.
Oh, wow.
Like,
and it didn't serve you any good?
No, it was like one block of information that I was like, oh, I can actually use it.
That sucks.
Yeah, it did. Okay, so you taught composition, bridging that gap, and you still teach composition. Sorry, I keep saying taught. You teach that. And how long have you been there doing that?
I just finished my first full year.
Wow. Amazing.
Yep, I love it.
Are we missing a gap somewhere?
Yes.
Where? Are you skipping it intentionally?
No, not really. You did. So, when I left teaching high school to the time I started teaching at KSU, it's about a little over a year gap.
All right, what happened in that year
not
gap?
A year gap. 7 months. 6 months. So I started a business.
Okay.
And this is where I have issues with people.
Ooh, this is where the good shit starts.
So here's let me just do an overview, right? I have just learned, and I'll go into this later, that I keep my word, except when it comes to being late. I keep my word for everyone in my world. Like everyone. If I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, or I'm going to kill myself trying, right? But for myself, yeah.
I feel that to a damn T, but go on.
Right. So, anyway, one of my pet peeves, because I am so much in my word, and it's not even like how do I put it? Sometimes it's because I want to be right, not necessarily because I want to do good things.
Sure.
Right? So I get to watch that. That's something I've learned about myself also recently. But because of my strictness to myself and being that way with others, I expect the same from others. Yeah. And it kind of bit me in the butt.
It hurts.
It was awful because I lost all the money I had. I mean, I was living off of my retirement and expecting this person to do the things he said he was going to do because it was his idea and he was going to support me through it. And that's the only reason I started it when I started it and did what I was doing. And then he never followed through with anything month after month. I'm like, you need to give me this. And he didn't do any of it, to the point where I was like, all right, time to bail because I've run out of money and I need to pay my mortgage.
Yeah.
So I actually I got my life insurance license and started teaching at KSU. So that's what I've been doing for the past year. But last April, okay, part of the reason, if I'm being truly honest, and I would tell this to my students all the time because they weren't paying attention to me, is the reason I'm in this space is because you are my captive audience. You have to listen to me. I get to be the center of attention every single day.
Yeah.
And I know I've accepted that is the too much, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want attention. So, I have always known that I would like to speak. to be a speaker, to be a trainer, to be a facilitator. I've been involved in different organizations and doing different types of things much of my life that put me into that position. For example, growing up, my parents would have me on panel discussions at 14, 15 years old about what life is like as a white female growing up in a diverse family.
Sure.
Right? So I was at a young age very comfortable talking to and in front of people I have no idea who they are. Never met them in my life, right? So here I am now at this stage, and I'm like, that was what my company was going to be doing. So I went and had an opportunity. My brother actually got us tickets to a TEDx Wilmington last year.
Okay.
So I could see what that experience is like and meet people and, potentially make connections, whatever. But that was when I watched and met the people who were speaking at it and talking to them afterwards and everything. I'm like, I could so do that.
Mm-hmm.
I could so do that. So that kind of reignited for me that desire. And now here I am a year later, finally putting some motion to that.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
It helped that I passed my dissertation proposal.
That does help.
Now I feel like I can say I'm an expert in my field.
There you go. There you go.
I've got all the research and it's been approved. So
I realized what I was getting at when I said that I thought we'd skipped something.
Oh, what did we skip?
We skipped strong woman.
Oh, we skipped my athletic prowess as a middle-aged menopausal woman.
So what the hell? How did even that all?
Okay. So remember I said, like, when I'm into something, I'm 100% in.
Yeah.
So when my son was in 8th grade, during the off season for soccer, me and a couple of the soccer moms found a personal trainer for him and a couple of the other boys on his team. And so they started doing workouts with this guy. And he was a certified Olympic lifting coach. So the boys are doing these workouts with him, and the moms are like, I want to do that. That looks like fun. So we started training with him. So we're all being trained in Olympic lifts, right? So, the deadlifts, the squats, but also it's late in the day, the snatches and wow.
Told you.
That's rough. Where's the coffee?
Yeah. I just had a cup too, 2 hours ago.
The clean and jerk. Thank you.
There you go.
Clean and jerk. And so I was being trained with my girlfriends to do this.
Sure.
He convinced us to go do a CrossFit competition. So we do this CrossFit competition. I don't know where we placed or at all. We did not do amazingly well, but it was wild because we had to do a river. There were so many weird parts to this competition that none of us had trained for. It's like, water? You want me to be what? You want me to be in a boat that we're all rowing, going down fast water. I don't swim. I'm the doggy paddle girl,
Yeah.
I took my daughter to Costa Rica in 2022, I want to say. And we went into the ocean and I could no longer feel the ground under me. And I am freaking out. I'm like, I'm dying. I was in all seriousness. I was afraid.
Yeah.
My daughter's, who is a freaking mermaid, she was born a fish.
Yeah.
She's swimming far away from me and laughing at me. And when I finally made it to shore, I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And she's like, you would look funny. I'm like, I was dying. You would have gone back to the States without your mother.
Yeah.
That's what would have happened
Yeah.
if I hadn't found my doggy paddle.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Dang. But this all stuff was easier too for you guys because you were doing it with your girlfriends.
Yeah, I mean, with the other soccer moms, yeah. And then I'm trying to think. He ended up moving to Chicago or something and sold me the majority of his equipment for beyond cheap.
Oh, wow.
So I have a full squat rack.
Oh, dang, nice.
Olympic bar, weights. He gave me a bunch of stuff, right? So I had that in my garage that I got to work out with. And then there was this boot camp that used to be done at Kennesaw Mountain. You know where the visitor center is?
I do.
The street?
Yep.
So there was a boot camp that happened every Monday. And it got to where it was run by the guy that owns Twisted Cycle.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. He was so good to us. I think he had to stop because there was well over 100 people every week, and that was breaking the rules for the park. They said that he could have up to 100 people.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it just became really popular. And I was always, if he's listening, I was always the last one up the mountain. Every single week. My cardio is it's non-existent. Non-existent. I would you have to start with a jog, right? And the road, it's going up a mountain, so it's an incline, but it's not that incliney yet. And I was literally 20 yards in and I'm dying.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
And then you stop and you do 20 mountain climbers and 15 walking lunges. And then you go run again. And then you do another set of activity. And then you go run again.
Yep.
And it's all the way up the mountain. Okay. And that flat stretch before you hit the parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
They started having competitions where the guys had to do 200 push-ups and the girls 100 push-ups in 10 minutes.
Whoa.
So for 10 minutes where you've got
and that's post-hike too.
That's post, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And I did it once. I actually hit 100 once. And that was PR, lifetime PR, never going to do that again. And I have not.
Not since.
Not since.
That sounds horrible.
And then you get up to the observation deck. And I don't know if have you been there? So at the observation deck, then you can go hike some more to get to the very top, right? And there's a little medallion in the ground.
Yeah.
That was sprinted.
Whoa.
So after all of that, we get up there,
That's
sprint
nuts.
to the top.
That's nuts.
And then, you just leave. Whenever we do this massive group picture and everybody would leave.
Yeah.
Walk back down the mountain, basically. So I was doing that every Monday.
Wow.
And then there was a woman that I met. God, I love her so much. She says to me one day, you know what? I think you should come and do a powerlifting meet with me. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? She's like, I think you would really enjoy it. I think you should do this, right? It's like, oh, man. No, I don't know. Oh, I got nothing else going on. Why not? So I started training myself. I had no trainer. I had no nothing. I go and I do this powerlifting event. First time in my life I ever competed in anything other than high school track and field.
Mm-hmm.
And that was not much of a competition if you were against me.
Yeah.
So I did this comp and I PR'd and I podiumed. I was like, what? How is that? I podiumed. I was 50 years old. And from that point on, I joined Marietta Barbell, and I was training there pretty much 4 days a week for 2+ years. Ended up winning, not winning. I ended up setting the state record for 50 plus. The first one I did was non-drug tested. The second one that I won was drug tested.
Okay.
So 50 and 52. So I won both of those.
Wow.
And then towards the end 50. I guess I started doing that at 49 because at 51 I moved into strongman. And powerlifting was amazing for me because it gave me a solid foundation. I already had the techniques down because I was trained originally by an Olympic lifter. And with Olympic lifting, your technique and form is everything. Everything. CrossFit, they don't give a shit. Which I tried CrossFit and that made me absolutely miserable in every way, shape, or form. So, strongman, it's just like I got bored with powerlifting. There just not enough things to do because you're literally only training 3 lifts. So your accessories are the same pretty much every week. Your main ones
there
are
wasn't
the
enough
same.
variety.
There's no variety. And my coach would get very, very upset with me because I do things like obstacle races and play soccer. And, I would doing all these other things. And he was like, "You're not serious about it."
You're like, no, I am, but like I just need more variety.
Yeah, like there's more to life than just right. And so I got involved with strongman, and so much fun, so much fun.
Really,
like you are training for a competition, right? See, with powerlifting, you're training the same always because all the competitions are exactly the same. Strongman, every single competition is different. Different weights, different implements, different movements. So not only do you get variety in the types of training, but you have to have variety every cycle for every competition you go to. And I have found, I'm trying to change this now, but in the past, I've never been motivated for the aesthetics. I've never been motivated for the scale. I've cried because of the sizes of my clothes, but I've not been motivated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So having that goal of you have a competition in 6 months or 3 months, it's usually 3 months. You have a competition in 3 months. Oh, I guess I better work. I have shit I gotta do. I gotta trade for this. I have to lift how much over my shoulder, right? I have to pick up what size stone. I have to pull how heavy is this truck?
Wow.
Like you gotta get ready for all that stuff. And strong men in general, as athletes, they tend not to take themselves too seriously. Like they can have fun.
Yeah.
They can enjoy
They can
themselves.
cut up and everything.
Powerlifters take themselves way too
Yeah.
seriously. And if you're one listening, sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
Dang.
honestly, so serious. They would get mad at me all the time because I'm
Yeah.
in between sets, I'm having conversations. You're distracting me. Serious? Have you been to a meet? Because they're screaming, you got music blaring, you got always train the way you intend to actually perform.
Sure.
Which is what I would tell my athletes when I also coached at East Paulding. So I was an assistant wrestling coach. Yeah, and I also was a throwing coach.
A throwing coach?
Shot put and discus.
Oh, nice. Very good. Dang. Do you do any of it now?
Any of what? Any
crazy workout routines or anything now?
Okay, so this is the sad part of my life right now.
Here we go.
So I left teaching public school. A month later, I had a party at my house.
You had a party at your house. Sounds great.
House. It was great. It was a great time until I tripped over the stairs going into my garage.
Oh no.
Yeah, going down into my garage.
Oh no.
Yeah, so when I say I did a complete tear of my rotator cuff.
Oh no.
Complete tear. Like I body slammed the floor.
You can't do shit.
Well, not
you can,
true,
but like
not
you
true. I have not been training because I was letting it kind of settle and figure out what was going on, and I was trying to build a business and it was this and that. Yeah. All the excuses to not work out. Life happened. But now that I've got a structure now, finally starting this week. Workouts, trainings are gonna start happening. Yesterday, I took my dog for a 2.5-mile walk.
There you go.
Woo,
huge win.
I mean, Saturday I did ride a dirt bike for 4 hours and burned apparently 1,000 calories. So I do that.
That's sick.
It's so much fun.
Is it?
So much fun.
I've never ridden a dirt bike, but I can imagine it's
come on over. I got
somewhat
one. Come try it. Absolutely.
Oh, God.
Always. I always invite anyone. Ask Lindsay. I've probably invited her over to come and ride. I think she probably said, I don't think so. But most people, I'm like, when I have parties, we pull out the 110 and my 125 and have fun. I've got a little trail behind my house.
Nice.
So people can, and my backyard is meant to be torn up. So yeah, I always.
Maybe I'll take you up on it at some point. I lived in Phoenix at one point in time and we had some 4-wheelers and I did that for a period of time until I stopped and
you just stopped.
I stopped. I got into a horrific accident.
That often doesn't.
I'm just kidding. It wasn't horrific, but from 10-year-old, 12-year-old me, it was horrific
you were
at the
kid.
time. Oh yeah, I was a little kid. I was a wee lad.
See, I had a horrific accident a couple months ago.
Really?
Last summer.
How bad? What happened?
Oh, it was awful. So my boyfriend and I volunteer for an organization called GARTRA.
Okay.
It's Georgia Recreational Trail Riders Association.
Okay.
Shout out GARTRA.
GARTRA.
And basically what we do is we work with the park rangers and we clean up, fix holes and fencing and whatever issues at there are like 5, I think, parks in the state that have OHV trails.
Okay.
So, which are for dirt bikes and 4-wheelers.
Okay.
And you pay $5 and you get to ride.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's for everybody.
That's nuts.
It's open for everyone.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. So one of the places that we go to help out at is Houston Valley.
Okay.
And this one particular day, it wasn't a work day, but we were there with friends who have 4-wheelers. Paul and I are usually the only ones that have dirt bikes, unless a couple of my girlfriends that I've brought over from the dark side of street to the light side of dirt will come and bring theirs. But usually it's Paul and me, and his friends all have 4-wheelers. So we're out on this trail, and actually I think that day Jess was with me. So it had rained earlier in the week, and I don't know, Georgia clay.
Oh yeah.
Georgia clay's slick.
Yeah.
When it's at all damp. And we came upon this hill, and it was, I didn't control the bike going into the hill. So I just was, woo, let's go. And at some point I lost control. And then there was like a plateau, and then you literally flew off into another steep hill.
Oh no.
And I was completely out of control. Like, I'm screaming. Yeah. I don't even know if my feet are on the pegs. I don't know if I'm pressing any brakes. Like, I can't get control. It's gone. She is gone from me. She's doing her own thing. And at one point, I must have clipped to the side or something, because she went that way and I went that way. And I just tumbled. And I don't know if you know dirt bike helmets that have that lip, right? Yeah. I landed with my face in the embankment at like that angle. So this is my head face down.
Whoa.
Right? So I jacked my neck, like
Holy
I scorpioned
shit.
myself, basically.
Yeah.
When I rolled over, my entire right arm was on fire. Like, I literally was screaming at my boyfriend. He's asking me questions. I'm like, take the gloves off. I'm burning up. Like all the nerve endings were It was definitely the most traumatic accident I think I've ever had in my life. But 3 weeks later, I was already scheduled to do an enduro weekend camp out. So I healed as best I could, and I worked on controlling my bike going downhill and beating the fear of it. And I've been working on that since then. Paul put in stiffer springs in the front and a new front tire it's called a cheater tire because it's very gummy, and went riding this weekend and it was amazing. A complete change to my bike. Because before I would dive every time I would do the front brakes.
Okay.
And now there's no diving. Just my riding improved exponentially with just a couple of fixes for the bike. And that's something for people to think about too, is sometimes it's not your fault. Sometimes the bike needs certain things to help you ride it better.
Yeah, you actually had a legit accident. When I was 10 or 12, whenever we were riding, I went out with my dad, and he had like an adult four-wheeler, and we always had this like little kid one that had like a little flag attached to the back of it or whatever. And it was fun though. I mean, it was a great time until it wasn't. Like there was this I can picture it like it was yesterday, but I don't even know how to describe it. It was basically like a cliff, but like
Is it a sand dune?
I don't even know. It was like rock. Like it was like a hill, but it might have been sand. I don't know. But either way, like, but it's super duper steep. I don't want to say it's literally like vertical, but it's, it's just at an angle enough that if you got on it and accelerated, you could get up and onto the other side. And
it's called a hill climb.
Yeah. And I attempted that.
At 10?
Attempted it at 10 because my dad was the kind that was just like, you can do it, you pussy, like just do it. Yeah. And he did it, and he was just like, you just got to power through that moment where you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna fall. He's like, that's when you accelerate, and that's when you were over the hump.
What was the CC on your vehicle?
Oh God, I don't even know.
It was probably like a 110.
I have no idea, but either way, my brother was able to do it.
Oh, was he?
So the vehicle was able to do it. Okay. I just choked in that moment where you're supposed to speed up to get to the over I instead panicked and thought, oh, there's no way I can get over it, and then I fell backwards.
Yep.
And at the time, I was like, oh my God, I've broken my arm. I like sprained my wrist, and that was the worst of it.
I got you.
But I was like, I'm never doing that shit again. That's bullshit. I should have made it. I'm never doing it again. But I'd love to jump back on one. It'd be a crazy blast from the past.
I'll tell you, the only reason I got off the trail that day was because of the four-wheelers.
It was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Man, doing it in Phoenix too was great.
It
was great.
It can be great here.
It can be. It could be. Yeah. Maybe I'll take you up on the offer. Maybe I'll jump on a bike or something. I had a buddy who dirt biked a lot in high school, but he got in a horrible accident in high school and like broke both of his legs. And
on the dirt bike?
He tried some jump and it did not work. Yeah, it was not good. His family owned a lot of land, and so we went out there one day and watched it happen. Like he was like,
oh, you were with him.
Oh yeah, we were. Our whole friend group was with him.
Traumatizing.
Whole friend group was with him. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And none of them rode bikes again.
No, one of them did. And once his legs were healed, he got back up and rode again.
Okay.
But it felt like both freshman and sophomore year, the man was on crutches and in boots, and like it just he was
never ended.
It never ended, but like we watched it happen. It was nuts, nuts. Like we were doing like something for someone's birthday. It might have been his birthday,
and
we were all spending the night.
Have recorded that? Come on now.
Oh, maybe. God, what? Yeah, freshman, sophomore year. I had a phone, but I don't know if it was like a
BlackBerry.
It might have been a BlackBerry or an Android something or a Samsung something from back in the day. But I think there is a video actually because someone filmed it. Maybe one of my buddies had like one of the early iPhones or something.
You'll have to see.
I'll have to go find it. God, I'm sure the video exists somewhere. But
that would be dope.
But I can remember the video or even just the incident like it was yesterday. Like he fell and he did not get up, and people freaked the fuck out.
Oh, I'm sure.
And that was that was a sleepover that I had to call my mom after an hour of dropping me off and be like, hey, Mom, no one's staying over here because he's staying over in the hospital because he broke his legs. And that was like,
and she didn't say, what did you do?
No, it was more of like an I told you so moment because she was like, it was one of those friends that she was always just like, man, something about that kid. His parents are too lenient. Like, because my mom was like an absolute helicopter mom and I was the oldest sibling. So every
you
time,
got all of it.
every time I wanted to go to a friend's house, it was just like, what's your occupation? What's your social security number? How much money are they making? Like, she wanted to know everything. So helicopter. And so when I got in the car, she was like, I hope he's okay. But also, wouldn't have been you because I wouldn't have let you up on that damn dirt bike. And I was like, my best friend is in the hospital, Mom. Can we save the I told you so?
Right.
But yeah, I do miss that. That was fun in Phoenix. So maybe it'll be fun here. We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah, so anyway, did the strongman for
sorry, what a tangent.
That's cool.
That's podcasting.
And that's also conversation.
Yeah.
Right? True. Especially with women.
Well, me too. I identify as a woman sometimes because of that quality. But anyway, proceed.
Yeah, so I did the strongman for a number of years, multiple state records for different events.
Guys, I want to tell you about something really cool happening right here in Cartersville. All In or All Out Ministry is hosting their first annual Mic Drop Masters comedy event on September the 11th out at Georgia Highlands College in Cartersville in their gym. The event is Laughs for a Purpose, and that purpose is real. They're raising money for an incredible cause, and they need your support to hit their goal. Whether you want to grab a ticket, make a donation, or just spread the word, every little bit helps. Head over to givebutter.com/AIAO-mic-drop-masters-2026 to check it out. The link is in the description of the episode so that you can go down, donate, get involved, and it's going to be a ton of fun. We've got 8 great people from around Cartersville going around fundraising, raising money. So if you want to support any of them or donate to the mission overall or sponsor, if you're an organization that wants to get your name out there more, we're going to have a great time at Georgia Highlands on the 11th of September. So come out and support. Link is in the description. And to support AIAO, go to their website, AIAO Ministry.
Qualified for nationals 3 times, which still sounds weird to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm old. When people ask me about it, I'm like, well, no, sure, I made it to nationals. Really, the only key to doing that is outliving everyone else. All I got to do is just be older than everyone else.
Well,
when I competed, it was the year after COVID, and travel was still messed up. And I almost missed, like I did. They switched the flights, so I was going to miss my connecting flight. And that was one of the first opportunities I got to practice. Just relax.
Yeah.
It'll work out.
Patience.
It'll work out. There's no need to get upset with the poor people standing at the desk. They don't know what's happening either.
Yeah. They're just as distraught.
They're just as, and dealing with customers like that, unnecessary. Yeah. So, but yeah, I ended up getting up there. It was in Rhode Island. No, not Rhode Island. Vermont. I don't even know why I can't. It wasn't Maine.
Connecticut.
No, it was not Vermont. It's
Delaware.
New Hampshire.
Okay. One of those weirdest states up there.
Way up in the corner. They're up in the corner.
The ones where in school when you put the puzzle together of the United States, it was the ones that was like 8 states blocked into one.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
One of those little ones.
Exactly. So, so I went to there, and I think there were 8 women in my age category, and they had not at that point, it was the first time, by the way, that they had a 50s plus women's.
Oh, wow.
At nationals. So it was a pretty big deal to be at that one, right? But they didn't change the weights based on our weight.
Oh.
So I was competing with women that were up to 200 pounds.
Oh.
And I weighed in at a whopping 157.
Oh.
Got it. So it was a 300-pound deadlift. No.
Right.
It was.
How'd that go?
Yeah, I pulled. You could see the bar bend. So I mean, I put in. That was the one thing my coach told me to do at the time. She said, I don't care what you do as long as you work the entire minute you're given.
Yeah.
That's the key. Because if you're pulling and that weight's not moving and you're pulling like that weight is trying to be moved for a minute, do you know how much of a workout you just did? Like, that's full on intensity and very difficult to do because you want to breathe.
Yeah, geez. I can imagine.
And then picking up a 125-pound stone, and you were supposed to put it up on your shoulder. But I had just gotten results a couple weeks beforehand that I had 3 bulging discs. And that's why I was having trouble picking things up in front of me. Because I felt like my back was seizing.
Oh, wow.
Which it was. I just didn't know that was
what was
actually doing. If I tried lifting anything over like 130 pounds, it was quite bad. Yeah. So anyway, I had a 125-pound stone that I was supposed to put on my shoulder, pick it up and put it on the shoulder, but I never got to practice that because I didn't have equipment that I could do it, and I was dealing with the back pain. I had cortisone shot given before I went, because we didn't know what we were gonna have to do about it, and I was like, I really don't care what we do about it.
Do
I
whatever.
just need to get through this competition.
Did a couple lines in the bathroom beforehand or whatever. Did what you had to do to be able to get out there and do.
Yeah,
kidding,
exactly.
kidding, totally kidding.
No, the shot of cortisone was premier. It lasted me a long time. It did the damn thing. It did.
Even past the damn.
I felt no pain during the entire competition. I actually PR'd. I had to pick up. There's an implement called. It looks like a coffin with arms.
Okay.
Basically, and it's a metal.
That's comforting, but go
ahead.
Yeah,
no, for real. And you have to stoop down a little bit to scoop it up into your arms, pick it up, and walk it.
Okay.
It was 165 pounds.
Wow. It weighed as much as you did.
It weighed more than I did.
Wow.
Because I was 157 pounds at that point.
Wow.
And I'd never lifted it because I couldn't train that way, right? So I'm like, you know what? If I can get it past the line, I did an inch. That's all I got to do. Just pick it up and get it past the line. I picked it up and I got it 4 feet. I was very proud of that moment. That is a PR when you have never even tried it and you weigh less than the implement and you still manage to move it multiple steps. It was a pretty dope moment for me.
Wow. That is a huge, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts. I can't even imagine that whole world.
It's so much fun. The camaraderie amongst strongmen, because everybody knows that while you're competing against each other, your real opponent is yourself.
Yeah.
It's always about pushing yourself beyond what you could do yesterday at training. Always. So that's been probably the hardest part of this year, is being so focused on trying to make a living.
Sure.
That and my schedule was all over the place that I never I had it on my calendar. I always had workout on my calendar, right? 3, 4, 5 days a week, whatever. Yep. And I'd ignore it. Yep. I'd ignore it. So now I'm on a new kind of, okay, we're going to keep our word to ourselves. That's what we're going to do. So
I like that.
Got to start somewhere.
You do. You really do. I wanted to ask you about, because I'm really curious about this, and I completely forgotten that I had written down it as a bullet point. because of course you teach at Kennesaw State. You've done it for a little over a year, or around a year at this point. And I'm sure you have noticed, even just since teaching high school, because teaching high school and then teaching this freshman class, I mean, they're not too far away in age from each other. So they're around the same age. But you taught public school, now college, and COVID has happened in between, right? So
I was teaching high school when COVID.
Okay. But I guess what I'm trying to get at is that there is a difference in young adults and children in general. My wife teaches second grade. She has seen a clear difference in children, really in people in general, but children, young adults, and students post-COVID. There is a
distinct.
I don't want to say it's a problem, but there's something different. There's a shift of some kind.
Yeah, it actually leads into some of the speaking that I can do now, so to speak. So one of the things I noticed after COVID, I would say the first year after COVID, it was the school systems are not they're not meant to be, they're not set up to be emotional caregivers.
Right.
The system, it's a system. And as such, its concern is always going to be, how are we getting our money?
Yeah.
What hoops do we need to have our teachers and our students jump through in order for us to get the money so that we can stay in business educating these people who don't want to be here?
Makes all the sense.
I mean, that's literally what the system is, for. And when I say educate, I'm using that term fairly loosely based on the changes to curriculum over the last couple of years.
Okay.
Because one, the public education system, I don't know if you knew this, was actually created to create workers, not thinkers, not entrepreneurs, not people to run things. The public education system was literally created by the industrial robber barons, right? Of the early 1900s.
Yeah, the Industrial Revolution.
They created it to create workers. That's why there are bells. That's why you have to get permission to go anywhere.
Whoa.
That's why you have to do what you're told and don't ask questions. It's the culture. Now, that culture changed a little bit in the 70s, which I'm a product of in my early childhood education. Was in the 70s, where they started bringing in, more Montessori style thinking into public school. They also, funny story, I learned this during my research for my dissertation. There have been so many surveys and studies that have been done on teachers and on different types of methodology for how do we teach kids the best. And there was this really important study that was done that recreated everything we thought about how people learned. Everyone's got a learning style, right? You're either auditory or you're tactile. You need it by touch, or you're kinetic, or that was what came out in the 80s. Problem is, all of the method of pedagogical advancements during the 80s and 90s were based on this research that never actually effing happened.
Whoa. Okay.
Never happened. It was publicity for textbook companies.
Yikes.
For companies that wanted to sell educational tools to school systems. No one fact-checked. No one fact-checked.
Ooh.
Isn't that amazing that our entire system is built on building workers?
Yeah.
And lies.
We're looking at you, Tim and Faith. Some of you will get that. You get it.
I got it. So,
and then you hear, well, not to get too rabbit holey.
Okay.
And then you hear in recent times about the significance of that company that I make the joke about and their ties to certain people with certain islands.
Yes.
And it's like, oh God, the whole system is fucked.
It's all based on corruption and greed. And I believe that in the world we can create win-wins. I believe 100% that we are capable of creating a world, a society, multiple societies where it's win-win, where everyone is out to help everyone else win the game of life, right?
Yeah.
But the people that we have elected to be in charge only see win-lose.
Yeah.
They only see a pie. And they say, I have to get 3 slices of that pie.
Yeah.
Or else you're going to take all 6. Right? Instead of, well, it's actually not a pie. It's like constantly coming and more is flowing.
It's like a waterfall.
It's like a waterfall that never ends, right? You get a cup of water and there's still more there.
Yeah.
Other people can get a cup of water
you
too.
can leave and come back and it'll still be here.
Exactly.
It's not going anywhere.
Exactly. So when I look at all of the negative, right, I get to look at it and be like, okay, yeah, that shit sucks. It sucks. But what am I doing about it? What am I doing about it? Because if all we do is sit and complain and whinge, that's one of my favorite words that came out of Australia. My nieces and nephews live in Australia.
Whoa.
And that's where whinge. I love it. It's just their version of whine, right?
Don't be whinging about.
Exactly.
That sounded a little more British.
It is. But yeah,
same premise.
Same premise, exactly. So anyway, instead of just sitting here complaining, fighting over what? Like, what are we arguing with each other over?
Yeah.
Right? And instead of doing all of that, how is that doing any good for us as individuals, our families, our communities? So instead, I get to actually try to do things that are going to make it a better place and a win-win, right? So that's why I volunteer. It's a great hobby. You're out in nature. You get to be connected to Mother Earth, sometimes on your back. Falling off the dirt bike.
I thought that's what you meant. I was like, what is that?
Well, I mean.
I've seen that movie before. All right, guys, I got to tell you about something that I'm a huge fan of and I've been fan of for many, many years. Those who have engaged with this show and listened for a while, you know that I'm a fan of Good Days canned cocktails. They aren't your average drink. They're not your average seltzer, ready to drink canned cocktail, whatever you might think it is. It is not that. Good Days are inspired by classic cocktails. It's in the name. We're talking about sea breezes, whiskey sours, vodka ritas, gin gimlets, the whole 9, made with real juice, premium vodka, and American whiskey. Stuff that you'd actually order at a bar, and it tastes like it too, just in a can. They've also just dropped their new Splash line, vodka sodas in a cranberry, a lime, and a grapefruit, which is clean, simple, and very crushable. Whether you're tailgating, you're on the water, you're watching a game, or you're just winding down after a long week, Good Days has you covered. You can check them out by going to their website, drinkgooddays.com. Of course, you have to be 21 years of age to purchase and consume Good Days, but go to their website, find a location where they're sold near you, and hit them up, purchase their product, and enjoy it like I have for years. They've supported Your Morning Drive almost since the beginning. And so we just love to support and give back to them. Again, that's drinkgooddays.com. Good days are ahead.
So do those sorts of things, but also in my dissertation is actually about social emotional learning. And I mean, it's specific to the ELA classroom, the high school English classroom, and its role in engagement, motivation, and self-regulation in adolescence. But it actually is very much connected to your question about COVID, because children who are now becoming young adults, especially, or those that are in their 20s, have lost soft skills. They don't know how to interact with people.
Right.
They don't know how to interact with people face to face. Online, they're fine because they don't know, nor do they care what other people think.
Right.
Unless, of course, it's their picture that's posted on Instagram, and then they're not getting their likes. They're not getting their, then it becomes a self-esteem issue.
Yeah. It's a validation problem.
100%. 100%. But there's been a study I just read recently. I can't remember what the statistic is, but Gen Z, when they go in to get a job, one, they don't know how to interview anymore.
No.
They don't know. When I was teaching public school from 8th grade all the way up through my 12th graders, before COVID, I would meet them at the door and I would make them shake my hand one by one. They were in a line. They would shake my hand because I wanted to make sure they knew how to.
Yeah.
So many of these kids, girls and boys, have this limp. I'm like, what are you doing?
I know people my age that do that.
This is your first impression to someone.
Yeah.
And you're literally showing them either you don't care about them, you don't want to know them, or you're just weak.
I switch it up every once in a while and shake people's hands differently, but still firmly.
You're right. Like, I'm here, you're here, we're here.
Yeah.
Right? So like those basic skills. Looking someone in the eye when you're communicating. Kids can't do that.
It's funny. I'm going to piggyback off that. I was at one of my buddies did a thing. It's not enough that we do baby showers. Now we do these things called diapers for dads, where a bunch of boys get together and bring a box of diapers. And it's just a way for the family to get diapers. And, whatever. It doesn't bother me at all.
Right. It's cute.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun. You get to hang out with the boys. It's fun.
Yeah.
Usually it's at like a sports bar or a pool hall or, something like that.
Where diapers belong.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Where diapers go. And one of my buddies comes up to me, successful entrepreneur, great guy, known him for years. And he was like, you know what I've realized about myself recently? I was like, what's up? And he was like, I think I got some tism in me. And I was like, why do you say that? And he was like, because I feel like I'm not good at making eye contact. And I was like, okay. And he's in his 30s, he's not super duper young, but still, averagely young. And he's like, because I can't, and I struggle with this too. When he said it, I was like, oh my God, I do that too. He's like, I never know when too much eye contact, like when you hit that. He's like, so a lot of the time I'll make eye contact and then I'll look away and then I'll come back and then I'll look away. He's like, because there's some people that just dead stare at you the entire time.
You mean like I've been doing to you this whole time?
Like you've been doing to me the entire time. And you've noticed as I talk, I kind of look away a little bit because I also don't know when is too much or is there too much, because that's just a weird thing. But I have noticed, especially in younger generations, and even like, of course, my wife's 7-year-old students don't do it, but like, even like when I worked at the bank and I would like help people like open up their bank accounts and they're like in their teens, like I'm sitting here talking to these kids, just making them feel like they're part of the conversation, not just sitting there with mom and dad, you know? So I would talk to them and they don't know how to talk back.
Yep.
And a lot of the times the parents wouldn't even be like, yo, look at him when he's talking to you. Like, which is always so funny because I talk about like people in their 20s and I call them kids. That's just 10 years ago for me. Like, so when I refer to someone younger than me as a kid, it's hilarious. I just turned 30, y'all.
How do you think I feel?
But, right. So like, but even then, like if I was in public being addressed by an adult, my parents were like, look at him while he's talking to you, or look at her, call her ma'am. Like, don't just say yeah, like say yes, ma'am. Like stuff like that. It felt like also like the parents aren't being told and reinforced. And it's again, listen, I don't have children. I can't go off on this tangent. I do,
and
to.
I can.
Well, I'll let you feed off of it then. It's almost like parents are just like afraid of hurting their kids' feelings. Whereas my parents didn't give a shit about hurting my feelings. They were just like, you live in my house.
Yeah, my feelings were not an issue, or no one gave a shit.
No one gave a shit. No one asked me how I felt about anything.
Exactly. And if I did share, I usually got in trouble for it.
My dad would be like, I'm sorry, I didn't remember asking you your opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
We'd be like, Dad, we don't want to go to the beach on vacation. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you paid the bills around here.
Yep, exactly.
It's you don't get to go on vacation then. It's like, oh shit, I'm so sorry.
Right. No, there's
it's so odd.
It is. It's almost, and this isn't obviously all parents, in their 40s and 30s. It's not all parents, just like it's not all teenagers, but the trend seems to be where parents don't know how to parent. And I don't know if that's because their parents didn't do a good job, or there's been some kind of disconnect between what is your fucking goal.
Yeah.
You're raising people who are supposed to do good things in the world, right? Just be a good human being.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that if you're not teaching them that?
Yeah.
Like, part of it is exemplify, right?
Yeah.
You want, I'm a liar, I'm a thief, I'm a this, I'm a that, and now you don't do what I do, right? You can't do that.
No.
There needs to be some level of example in the home. So that's one. Two, I mean, just, you've got to teach them how to be good people. And I don't mean that people aren't naturally good. We are all
just
naturally good. But they don't know how to interact with the world around them to be good people in the world.
Right.
Right? So that's where the learning of soft skills comes in for teens and young adults, right? How do you do an interview? How do you dress for an interview? Because it's not in pajamas.
It's nuts.
Which is what they wear to school every day, That
was not allowed when I was in school.
It was not. But again, especially since COVID, the school got soft because it's not prepared to deal with the emotional fallout that occurred. When you have kids whose parents literally died from COVID, how are you going to tell them don't come to school in your pajamas, right? Just be glad they came to school.
The asshole in me wants to say, don't come to school in your pajamas. That's how you tell them.
Yeah.
But I hear you.
So, and again, I don't know that every school is that relaxed, but it had gotten to that point when I left. And so they don't know how to dress appropriately. They don't know how to speak to people in positions of authority or who could become your boss or your HR, right? Like they don't know what that interaction's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Because they've never had it.
Yeah.
Right? All of those are soft skills. Another interesting fact, I'm full of them today, apparently.
I love it.
So I found out, again, during my research, that the term soft skills was actually coined by the military. Interesting. So in the 1970s, I believe it was the 70s, there was a conference that the leaders of the Army was having. And one of the people that was presenting, the concern was all of the leaders of platoons or whatever they're called, right? They're great with the hard skills. They can train their men on how to fix a diesel engine or do this or do that, right? But they don't know how to be leaders.
Good on the hard skills, bad on the soft skills.
So they coined it, they need training in soft skills. We need to train our leaders to have soft skills because that is how you become a leader. You become a leader of men by knowing how to lead, which has nothing to do with the hard skills.
No.
It has to do with, do you know how to talk to people? Do you know how to motivate people? Do you know how to engage people? Do you know how to get them to do what you want?
Perfect example of that modern-ish time is that everyone said Steve Jobs was an asshole. was because he was a genius and he knew the hard skills. But when it came time to be a leader and a manager of employees, he was horrible. He was working them like slaves.
Yep.
He said, hey, I want 1,000 songs in your pocket. Get on it.
Yep.
And had no remorse. And that's how Apple became successful. But everyone talks about him like he's this icon. And he was. He introduced the world some of the craziest products we use today. But he was an asshole because he didn't know how to talk to people.
Yep. Because he didn't have any of the soft skills.
None of them.
None of them.
And so it's not totally fair for us to say that it's only kids today, because there are still adults
absolutely
that I've met along my life that do not know how to talk to people.
And they usually end up going into careers where they don't have to be leaders.
Yeah.
Choices.
Yeah.
But if you want to be a leader, if you want to be someone who has influence in whatever field it is that you want to pursue, you need to have those soft skills.
When I went to KSU as well, and so when I was going through school, I got a computer science degree for whatever reason. And I realized very quickly, and this is a stereotype, but most people in tech fields are generally pretty awkward people.
Yep.
And I worked internships under these older men that were very awkward people. Yep. And I was like, oh, no. Like, in fact, most of my professors at KSU told me, you are not like the rest of these people.
Yep.
Because I was raised and taught how to talk to people. And not to say that none of these people were, but stereotypes and statistics say that if you're a computer programmer, you're an Akko Taco. And all of my professors are always just like amazed when I would come up to them after class and engage with them. They're like, whoa, most people, the bell rings or class is over, they get up and they run, literally run out of the classroom because they need to get back to being in a dark room. They're like, how are you engaging? What are you doing? And I was like, I just like to talk to people.
Yeah. Well, I actually had the very first Apple computer that was ever made.
Ugh.
Do you know what that was?
God, I don't want to say the Macintosh because that's not true. Nope. It was the I've read the book. Hit me.
It was a PET.
Yeah.
So my dad worked for IBM for years.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he worked for IBM in New York.
Was he awkward?
All during the 60s? No, that was part of his problem, I think. He would go into work. Now that was, IBM was very corporate.
Oh yeah.
Back in the 60s. It was like, he would walk in with cowboy boots and wear cowboy boots with his suit.
Whoa.
That was his like FU, right?
That's sick. What a badass.
And a black man in the 60s doing that because he knew.
Whoa, forgot about that part.
Yeah. He knew his stuff so well. He knew nobody could fire him.
Yeah.
Nobody could say anything because of his boots.
Yeah.
And then when I was in 4th grade, I remember vividly on the kitchen table pieces of computer. Now, when I was in 4th grade, that was when computers were first model kits. He had a Sol computer, SOL, that he built.
Yeah.
Like motherboard, soldering iron on the kitchen table.
Nuts.
Yeah. And the following year, he was working at a computer store, one of the first ones in White Plains. It was the new Galleria Mall.
Okay.
Right? It was brand new, brand spanking new mall.
Wow.
Right? Mall culture was coming.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I saw 9 to 5 in that movie theater with him.
Whoa.
Yep. But anyway, he was working there, and for Christmas or my birthday, something, he got me the PET computer. So I learned BASIC just so I could write a math program so I didn't have to do my math homework anymore.
Oh, that's so sick.
Right? I mean, what else are you going to do with a PET?
Yeah.
Right? Now, for the viewers and the listeners, a PET computer did not use a floppy disk, which was the thing that most people remember old computers.
Yeah.
It was actually an audio cassette.
Oh, wow.
It was a cassette tape that I was writing computer programs on.
That's insane.
And then my elementary school bought like 4 or 5 computers for my dad. And I was the only one in the school that knew how to use them. So once again, I'm teaching teachers how to use the equipment that I was playing with at home.
Yeah. Wow. That's insane. Yeah. Gosh, to go back and see Apple in the heyday. But yeah, it's the social thing is weird. It's a weird thing.
I think it has a lot to do with the especially with techie people, that right left brain, right? And then it's just they're so into their thinking that the
external
social things are put to the side.
Yeah, it's turned off almost. It's almost they dedicate 99% to this side, and then the other 1% is the reason that you're talking to them and they're doing this,
Yeah, looking, like, why are you talking to me?
Right. Yeah. But the thinking about it post-COVID is like, I remember like she first started teaching my wife like year of COVID. So her first year teaching was virtual. But
with 7-year-olds.
Oh
God,
which was horrible.
Yeah.
And that was when we were first dating too. So like she was like coming over because it was COVID. No one was going anywhere. So she would come to my apartment and teach from home at my apartment while I worked from home.
That's where I learned how to ride dirt bikes.
Yeah. Like what else are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
So she, the actual first year that she got in the classroom, she was happy. But then the following year she was like, here come the COVID kids.
Yep.
And golly, are they different. And every generation since then has been different because I feel like a lot of parents over COVID, they still had their full-time jobs and the only way to entertain their child was to put one of these in front of them.
Yep.
And now we're seeing when you go to Chili's, you see a family of 5 and a baby. Not a toddler, a baby. I went to Mellow Mushroom in Cartersville here for my birthday a few months ago, and there was a baby in the car seat with a phone propped up in front of it watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Number one, that baby was probably, my wife is, she's an early childhood person. She could look at a kid and tell you how old it is. I see a 10-year-old and I'm like, I don't know, he's 12 or 7.
Or 7.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She was like, that baby is no more than 10 months old and it has an iPhone propped up because the parents don't want to fucking deal with it. And I was like, that sucks, man.
For that kid.
Because that kid is screwed.
Yep.
Because if it's starting this young, it made my heart hurt for that baby.
I mean, I look at it, it's interesting because my generation, our parents didn't want to hear or see us either.
Yeah.
But they told us to go outside and find people.
Yeah.
Go run, go. I don't want to hear your voice until the lights are on.
Yeah.
Like, go away.
But even then for a baby, like that's just part of a baby.
But it's like different,
you just
right?
deal with the baby crying because it's a baby.
That's their job.
Yeah.
It's literally
that's what babies
do. That's how they learn to communicate.
Babies cry, puppies bark. It's part of it. But they had, I think I literally and audibly, because at this point, like, again, I don't have kids, so like I can't like really fight the fight. But like, I think I audibly out loud said like, oh, wow. Like when we walked past the table to get to our table. And like, if the parents would have heard me and been like, oh, wow, what? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's just an iPhone in front of your 9-month-old baby. Like, what is that doing? That is frying their brain and setting them up for failure.
Well, it's also, it's setting them up for failure because they will never know how to entertain themselves.
Correct.
And that also leads into being able to be self-regulated.
Yep.
And that leads into being able to hold a fucking job.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like these are all just little foundation pieces that build the basis of us as human beings being able to function.
Yeah.
It's
like when you hear stories of like 4-year-olds that grow up in a house where dad hit mom. And then those 4-year-olds grow up to be just more violent people. And not all people. This is very generalization here, but like you hear these stories and it's like, oh, well, what was his childhood like? Oh, well, mom got beat by dad constantly.
Mm-hmm.
And you see these people take these little pieces from their childhood and it adds up to be who they are as an adult.
If they choose it.
They choose it. They have a choice. They have a choice, but some people let that and they let it consume them and they become what they wanted to avoid.
That's what therapy is for, folks.
Love me some therapy. I've been to my fair share of therapy and I think it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can learn a lot about yourself.
I've been involved in a transformational workshop.
Okay.
Program. It's called e360trainings.com is the website. There's the plug. But anyway, through this transformational program, I got to learn about a lot of things that I didn't know were actually negatively impacting the way I relate to the world around me. And man, that shifted everything. Once I saw those things were things that were holding me back and keeping me at a certain emotional, I'm going to go woo woo on you, like frequency, right? Once I recognized them, I was able to be like, oh, yeah, I don't need you anymore. And things just clicked all of a sudden. It was wild. It was a wild experience. I highly recommend it for everyone. For everyone, because it showed me that all of the individual growth that I have been this journey I've been on since I got divorced. Like the first thing I said was I'm going to be authentically myself and F anyone who doesn't like me because that ain't my problem anymore.
Amen.
That's also part of menopause, by the way. No, for real. I'm not lying. Like studies
just not giving a shit.
Not giving any, because what happens is that when estrogen is connected to I guess the dopamine whatever, right? And that it creates the ability and the biological necessity for women to be compromisers, want to make things work, want to be nurturers, want to do all, and of course there are always outliers, but in general, that's the way the biology works. And then in your 40s, the estrogen is starting to say, yeah, I don't really want to be here anymore. And all the emotions are all over the place because your estrogen levels aren't leaving gently. They're like spiking and then low and spiking. So you're never like yourself in those years. And then blessed freedom, because it finally takes a full on hike and you really don't have anything other than your own desires. Hormones are not directing how you are with the world around you anymore, right? So not having that made every decision that I made towards the very end of perimenopause be much more easy to make for myself and not worry about anyone else. I don't have to make anyone else happy anymore. It's not a biological necessity for me. But what I found is that besides that aspect of my own personal growth, there are reactions that I have to things, that I have had to things that were tied up to past events that built upon themselves, stories that I created for myself over the years that made me react or respond to things that didn't need a response, but I thought it did because it came from place of fear, of unworthiness, of not being accepted, whatever the knots are, right? My reactions were built off of all of those. So once I learned what the basis of all of those were, I was like, oh, I don't have to react that way to anything anymore because that's not who I am. That was a story. Those were stories I told myself over years and years and years that created those responses within me.
I wish I could get to that point now.
E360trainings.com.
Even like today, like I care so much about what people think about me.
Yeah, well, you're not in menopause, honey. It's okay.
Well, but like to an unhealthy degree.
Really?
Like, this podcast is proudly sponsored by Cartersville Living, powered by Best Version Media. Their magazine is a go-to source for uplifting local content, expert insights, community events, and more. They're bringing people together every month with compelling stories and informative articles from around town. Each new edition of Cartersville Living brings us closer to our vision of uniting the community, one person, one home, and one business at a time. So, talked about like chamber luncheon or whatever earlier.
Yeah.
I've never been to one before.
This
is my first time. First time. So, I don't know what to wear today. So I'm thinking like, okay, this is a fancy event. And fancy to me is just anything nicer than jeans.
Understood.
So, because, there's a couple hundred people there, and there's probably people from all facets of the community and government and business and whatever. So I'm in my head, and I texted 4 different people and asked, what do I wear? And like, do I wear a hat? Do I wear jeans?
Did any of them respond?
They did. 3 of them said, don't worry too hard. You're stressing over nothing.
Yeah.
One of which being the president of the chamber.
Well, there you go.
She said, dude, just business casual.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, but like, could I wear a hat? Now I know, not wearing a hat next, because I feel like I was the only, but there could have been 300 people in that room, and I was like one of 4 wearing a hat. And I was like,
That would be my boyfriend. He will always wear a hat.
Yeah.
To a wedding. He doesn't care.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Why not?
If it was a wedding that prompted a hat.
But why not? Why? What is keeping you from doing that? You're worried about what other people think about you?
I don't want to be the outlier.
Why not? That's literally my life. Outlying is fun as fuck.
I see, and you know what's so fun is I'd like to be the outlier in situations that I control.
You do control it, though. You control whether you wear your hat or not.
Yeah,
you control
it. It's literally not that deep. It's not that deep.
It's not, but you're making it.
Yeah, I make a lot of things a big deal. I make a lot of things a problem. I think way too hard about things that could have been an afterthought.
So you get to look at that, though, and ask yourself, where is that coming from? Because it didn't just sprout out of nowhere. There was a point in time where an incident, I see that.
Well, I know why.
Okay.
I know exactly why I don't want to be the outlier, because I always was the outlier as a kid.
And it didn't serve you in any positive way? Look at you. You're running your own business.
Yeah,
because
but
you're doing that. You're doing that. Nobody else is here to help you.
Yeah.
You're doing that.
Yeah.
Right? You know how many people want to be podcasters? They're like, I want to do that. I want to do it. I'd be so good at it. But then they don't have the balls to do it.
Yeah, a ton.
I'll believe you.
A shit ton.
Yeah. So, the being the outlier created in you a resilience. Self-regulation and resilience go together, right? It created resilience that had you say, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to jump through whatever hoops I need to make this happen.
Indeed.
That's what being an outlier can do for you.
I like that. I like that a lot.
And I am available for coaching and seminars.
So, Beth, with all of that said, what a fucking conversation. What are you doing now?
Well,
speaking, seminars, coaching,
facilitating workshops in corporate environments.
Subjects all around these.
All around these.
Okay.
All around these. The reality is communication is a universal issue, and how we communicate with each other and how we communicate to get what we want in life are basic fundamental skills that a lot of people simply have missed one way or another. My veteran community, I am very much in in awe of the struggles that they have gone through in their careers, and then they walk out of the military and they have to transition into a civilian world that speaks a completely different language. 100%. Every single veteran I've spoken to said that if they had only had someone like me walk them through what skills and how to develop the skills they needed to be able to function easily in a civilian workplace. Great example. If somebody says to you, there's an urgency to this task. Okay. What does that mean to you?
To me, it means get it done yesterday.
Okay. But is it life or death?
You're asking the wrong dude, Beth.
Man.
Everything is life or death for me. Me and my wife talked about it this morning, and she was just like, every time someone says something needs to be done, you treat it like it's life or death.
Yeah, so that's kind of the way it is with military and first responders, right? That's the language that they have, especially military personnel who went into the military soon at the end of high school or soon thereafter.
Very young.
Very young. The military literally retrains their communication cortex or whatever, right? To think a certain way, to speak a certain way, to have a completely different set of definitions for basic vocabulary, like the word urgency. In an office, a normal group of people, not a Logan type of group of people.
Yeah.
Okay, a normal type of group of people.
Not a crazy OCD person.
You say it's urgent. I can just say this. At a staff meeting at a school.
Yeah. Is it truly that urgent?
Yeah, is it truly that urgent? Like when you say urgent, usually there's a week to 2 weeks before whatever the task is expected to be done.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Go into just any kind of normal office and this is urgent. Maybe end of the day, but usually within the next couple days. Right. But for someone coming out of the military, gets hired, right? They're the vet hire that the company wants to get props for whatever reasons, right?
Absolutely.
So they get into this environment, and the different sets of workers have a project, and it's overlapping, right? Like this group is doing a portion, this group is. And somebody says, well, it's urgent that I get this information from you so that I can do this. Okay. To this guy, the military vet who's on that team, he thinks it needs to be done right this very minute or else the whole project's going to fail and he's going to get fired and everyone's going to be in trouble and da-da-da-da-da, right? Like the consequences go out the roof, right? Where the reality is someone who's from civilian workplace is like, dude, relax, man. We just got to get it to him by Friday.
Right.
It's no big deal.
This is a perfect example of that this morning. So one of our friends is about to have a baby, so they're having a baby shower this weekend. And we both bought a baby shower gift, not communicating with the other.
You and your wife?
Me and my wife. So both packages come yesterday. And I'm like, you're the one going to the baby shower. I should have but I had this idea, yada, yada, yada. And she was like, oh no, but I like your gift more. I'll return this one at Amazon. I'll return this. And I said, okay. And so I'm helping her leave for school this morning and we're packing up her truck. I'm like, here, let me go grab the package that you need to return. And she was like, oh, dude, like Amazon gives you like a 30-day window to 60-day window to return things.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm not doing it yet. I was like, yeah, but it's just going to sit here though. Like it needs to happen like today because then it won't be a problem anymore. She's like, well, it's not a problem. But just take it to Kohl's or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. And so I took it because it needed to be done. It needed to be done. In my opinion, if it needs to be done, why wait? But then she could come in that door and say, yeah, but if I ask him to take the trash out, it's when I get to it type. So like, if I think the psychology of it is if it somehow affects me in some way, shape or form, I feel like it needs to happen yesterday. Whereas like if someone's telling me to do something, then I'm a little loosey-goosey with it.
That sounds like my boyfriend.
Sounds like most men. Yeah. Sorry, guys, I'm generalizing.
I mean, honestly, if there's a part that arrived that could be put on the bike at any point because we're not riding XYZ for 3 weeks, it still has to get put on tonight.
Oh, yeah, it's happening tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Garbage overflowing. No, I'm not touching that.
Yeah. Nah. Trash it until Friday. Why would I fuck with it now?
Pretty much.
Yes. So
yeah, I get it. But that's the one of the many aspects of the challenges that our transitioning vets face when they come out of the military. So they don't have the social training for this society. And then just me being me with older women, menopausal, perimenopause, showing that life is just fucking getting started.
Right.
There's my mom, bless you, Mom, she is 80. And, her, she's the worst example for me to use as a grandmotherly type woman because she and my father moved to the Gambia, West Africa 27 years ago. They said, peace out. We're going somewhere where there's no high medical issues. When we get sick, we can die. Like, done. They'd had it with all of the over the top medicalization that occurred to my dad's mom, to my mom's mom. They were like, nah, done. So she's not really, she's a hippie, like the original hippie when I say hippie.
Really?
Oh, yeah. She dropped out of high school at 16, got permission from her parents. They signed the paperwork. She had an apartment in New York City. Right? She, I could tell some stories, but if she ever heard this, she'd be like, really, Beth? So I'm not going to. But she did hitchhike her way across Europe.
Wow. That's
1966, 67. She hitchhiked by herself all around Europe, staying in youth hostels. And that's when she ended up landing in Quebec, meeting my birth father. Sperm donor. I don't know what to call him. Anyway, and got married, left him very soon because he was something. And so she moved back to New York and then found out she was pregnant with me.
Wow. Funny.
But yeah, hippie 100%. She was the original denim clad kerchief, skirt.
Just textbook hippie.
Oh, textbook. The whole thing.
Not a McGraw Hill textbook, though.
No, absolutely not.
Love a good callback.
Yes, there you go.
Great, Beth. There comes a point every conversation I have.
No.
Oh, where they're this is the fun part.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to be kicked out.
Where I where I ask the guests some questions that have nothing to do with anything they do or their story or nothing.
Sweet.
I mean, they're kind of first date questions.
Okay.
So hopefully your boyfriend doesn't come for me, but
probably not. He's pretty chill.
Cool.
That's why I like him.
Beth, what's your favorite movie?
The Lord of the Rings trilogies.
Really?
100%.
I think those are no, I'm kidding. I was going to say, I think those are the worst, but no, they're good. They're good. I just now watched them though.
Really?
Like, well, I say just now, like maybe 3 years ago or so, before that Amazon Lord of the Rings show came out.
Oh,
The Ring of Power or whatever.
Which I also enjoy, by the way. I don't care that it's not true to everything. I don't care. I like the cinematics.
Yeah.
I like the characters.
You like the lore. You like
yeah. I'm about this. I'm about the characters.
You like the goblins and shit. Yeah.
Oh, they're cool.
They are cool. They are cool. That's a good choice though.
Thanks.
Good choice. Very good choice. Return of the King, still regarded as one of the greatest movies of all time.
Because it is.
Oscar winning.
Yeah, it is.
Insane. Insane.
I used to show The Hobbit to my high schoolers.
See, The Hobbit, like I had trouble with Lord of the Rings because my intro into that world was The Hobbit. Like I read The Hobbit, watched the movies in high school as they came out, and then I went back and watched Lord of the Rings.
Interesting.
Because I just never watched them as a kid.
I mean, now mind you, that's the way they were written.
Right. Hobbit came first.
That's how Tolkien wrote it.
Right.
It was with The Hobbit first. So, yeah, I mean, you did it right.
Hell yeah.
Why you had problems with
But I had problems because like The Hobbit was like modernized, like with modern CGI, modern special effects.
Gotcha.
Whereas Lord of the Rings was made back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
So it was like more prosthetics. But like I've come to now, as I've gotten older, respect like the older way of filmmaking, like more natural effects rather than special effects or whatever. But good choice. Good choice. You get to organize yourself, Beth, a music festival. Who are your 3 headlining acts?
Oh my God. I'm so bad at band names. It's not even funny. But let's see. Hailstorm.
Okay.
Green Day.
Okay. Great.
And for number 3, see, that's hard because they're all so good. I'm gonna do a total throwback, like not connected to those first 2 bands at all, and go to my teenage, like heartthrob first album a boyfriend ever like lent me. And that's gonna be Journey.
Okay, good. Good. I love Journey. Great choice.
Thank you.
Beth, you're going out to eat. You and the boyfriend are going out to eat. And
I had to decide again, didn't I?
What?
I have to decide where we're going again, don't I?
No, you don't have to decide where you're going, but you're going to tell me in no particular order 3 of y'all's or yours go-to appetizers.
Just the appetizers?
Just the appetizers.
Fried pickles.
Okay.
Quite frankly, the bread at Texas Roadhouse with the butter.
Good answer. Yeah. The rolls are to die for.
Yeah. And Caesar salad.
Okay.
Those would be the 3.
Very good answers.
Thanks.
You got good answers, Beth.
I appreciate that. I'm a pretty interesting person, I
think so. This has been a ton of fun.
Good.
And they're not all a ton of fun.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could be at the top.
I'm kidding. I mean, yes, this is a ton of fun, but some of them are less fun.
Less fun. Yeah. It's the buttoned up people.
There's a few of them. Beth, you have a day of 0 responsibility.
Oh, I love that.
Just imagine every worry you possibly have in the world is just taken care of for 24 hours. What do you do to take care of yourself?
Oof. So if everything is being taken care of, that means the money is flowing.
Not a worry in the world.
Not a worry in the world.
Do whatever the hell you want.
I'm going to go have someone else do my nails.
Okay.
That would be first. And then I'm going to go get on my Grom, because that's the motorcycle I ride. It's a Honda Grom.
Okay.
Why are you giggling?
Because there was this, I think it was around COVID, there was this video that went viral of this kid that was just like, add me on the Grom. And it was like a fun way of saying Instagram. Add me on the Grom. So when you said, I'm going to get on my Grom, it just took me back. If those who know will know. It was so funny. It was like, it was like a 10-year-old kid. Add me on the Grom. So, okay, you get on your Grom.
So I get on my Grom and I go find the windiest roads possible. Maybe go up to Suches and do the mountain. Maybe go up to Blood Mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, just go ride. Go ride.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
It's a good
day. Maybe come home and we still got some light, hop on the dirt bike and ride my little trails for a bit, and then hang out with my boyfriend.
There you go.
That's going to be the best way to end a day.
There you go. What's something that people would be surprised to know about you, Beth? Either a fun fact or like something that just grinds your gears that people would be like, really? Beth thinks that? Really? Or...
I'm way too open with the world. Everyone already knows everything about me. Sorry.
It's okay. People give me that answer a lot.
Yeah, I really I don't let, especially now, I'm coming to really recognize it. Every single emotion that we have control over.
Mm-hmm.
We allow, right? Yeah. So to anything that's going to grind my gears, whatever, I do my best not to allow anything to have that much influence on my peace, right? But if I were to, cheating couples really piss me off.
Yeah.
Like, just get out.
Yeah. Just leave.
Why? Like, it's so much hurt and pain that not only do they put on each other, but everyone in their circles are negatively impacted.
Or affected, sorry.
Are affected and negatively impacted by their behaviors and their choices. Why do you do that to the world?
It's a good answer, too.
Thanks.
And lastly, Beth, what gets you out of bed every morning? What pushes you? What fuels your fire? What's your morning drive?
I love how you did that.
Thank you.
My morning drive is focus on what can I bring into the world from myself that will make this place better for everyone else in it.
I like it.
That's where I'm at.
That's a good answer as well.
Thank you.
Beth, now I want you to do me a favor and
get out.
I might just start saying that. I wanted you to do me a favor and get the hell out. There's the door. No, I'd like you to tell the people how to find you, where to find you, how to book you,
awesome.
all of those things. Go ahead and advertise.
So my website is up. It is BethAliSpeaker.com. You can go ahead and go to that website, and there are plenty of buttons throughout the first page that say book me, schedule a meeting, all the things, contact me. With any of your seminar, facilitation, keynote speaking, training, coaching needs. Especially those that have to do with communication. That is my specialty. Also, I personally, not my business, but I am on both Facebook and Instagram. Facebook, Beth Lynn, because when, I came into Facebook off of MySpace. Yeah. So I didn't know that you probably don't need nor want middle names and initials everywhere to make it harder for people to find you.
Yeah.
So mine still says Beth Lynn, Lynn, Ali, Ali, on Facebook. And then on Instagram, it's Blali19. So BLALI 19. And come and visit. Shoot me a DM. Smile.
I like it. I like it. Beth, thanks for hanging out with me.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
I'm glad you think so. I'm glad. I'm so happy to have you. This was a really fun convo mixed with some serious topics. But yeah, it's a pleasure to now know you, and I can't wait to keep cheering you on from the sidelines.
Thank you. This is amazing. Good. I so appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. This was a ton of fun. I can't wait for the world to hear what we had to say, Beth.
Because it was very important.
Very. There are some lessons that might make people mad, but you know what? If it makes you mad, sounds like there's some change that's needed to go down.
Absolutely.
So guys, again, I will make sure that Beth's website is in the description of the episode. So if you're interested in booking her for your next corporate workshop or team building or whatever the case may be, whatever you want to utilize her for, you can go to her website and check out what she has to offer, and I'll make sure that that's easily accessible in the description. So, again, thank you, Beth, for being here today. Thank you for listening or watching today, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.